Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on the blogger site as an archive post thingy, and on Patreon for extra support. And any kind of updates or anything, I usually do about on Twitter, um, especially on when I do live streams. Again, I didn't manage to get along and do a live stream, but I did manage in the background try to resolve some issues with VOD stuff. I have 3 VOD episodes to launch. Fortunately, by the end, before I go to bed, I did manage to get around and do everything in my power to get them ready. So throughout these 2 3 days, I will post the VODs one per day on YouTube and also on Rumble. Again, on YouTube is always 4K 60, which is at the same resolution that I recorded the live streams there. Today is a day off, so no gaming episode. Tomorrow will be Jedi Survivor, then afterward Mutiny Zero Road to Eden. Yeah, in terms of channel updates, it's the usual thing. If I can do some live stream, I will let everybody know on Twitter just beforehand. Usually it's around nighttime on my side. Again, depending on where you are in the world. Usually it's Gulf time, I think. I think it's called Gulf time. Yeah, because I'm in Dubai, so usually it's around between 8 9. Sometimes I can only start streaming at 10 at night on my side, so you have to make the adjustments for your time zone there. Yeah, let's go to the news. Got some news from AMD, especially from I think it's earning calls. Yeah, during earnings calls, the Lisa Su or Dr. Lisa Su give us a lot of information. Again, a lot of it is pertaining the this thing, the MI. I think it's MI 300 thingy. The AI accelerators that they have. I always forget the naming schemes of this thing. But yeah, it's a lot of it is around the AI accelerator stuff in the market and also upcoming CPU stuff there. Yeah, the AMI 300. Um, yeah. Again, supposedly Zen 5 chips already being sampled to clients. So far seems to be good. At least we have to take into account the word that this is an earning call. So yeah. But yeah, the priorities for the rest of the year, as is expected, it's data center growth by ramping GPU production for and gaining share with the Epic processor. So basically, it's everything regarding the MI lineup there, and the launch of Zen 5 PC and server processors. Again, supposedly good. It got better performance per core, a little bit more supposedly less power consumption. But yeah, again, we have to wait until it comes out again. AM5 platform will continue to be supported here. I assume at least 2 more generations CPU will still be sustained by the AM5 platform. So AM5, yeah, yeah, AM5 platform. Sorry. But yeah, the Zen 5 CPUs they seem to be pretty promising here. So, but again, we have to wait and see how this goes. Supposedly, by the end of the year, we will have at least something in terms of information or announcement in the official specs or something like that, so you can have a better idea what they're trying to do. Again, a lot of it's pertaining to the server market and AI accelerator stuff there with the Epic CPUs and the such. Interesting enough, the MI 300 series, they are about to launch the 350. It's be even supposedly better than the Grace Hopper stuff that NVIDIA has on the market, supposedly. And again, price to performance, supposedly it's pretty good for them, from what I understand. But the MI 300 series became the fastest ramping product in AMD history, surpassing 1 billion in sales under 2 quarters. It's good. They need they need the money to continue ramping up stuff, because competition for me, it's king on any kind of market. Which is good to see that they are at least on the AI accelerators, because where is like the big slice of the hype and the money is, if they are selling good, at least comparatively with what the side of the company, because people tend to forget that AMD is a way smaller company than Nvidia, not just in evaluation, but in terms of how we can, in terms of quantities of what it produces there. People tend to forget that they are way smaller company than Nvidia or even Intel, um, which is a challenge for them, because they have to count better the money, so they don't have a lot of uh, how do I say? They don't have a lot of space to do a lot of errors, let's say, and waste a lot of money. And they seem to be doing pretty great with the budgets that they have on their departments there. They seem to be doing good, which is what we need at this moment in time to maintain a competitive and healthy market. Again, then they a lot of stuff with AMI 400s, which is the accelerators there. And lastly, on the gaming side of things, which is the thing that we interested more, they saw the biggest decline again regarding the GPU for DIY market. We saw a little bit decline because again, it's how they do the launch dates of the products didn't, and also the prices there. They didn't price very well the 7000 series, at least at launch, especially between the 7900 XTX and the 7900 XT. It was a botch launch there, and then because they took a lot of time between those two high-end GPUs and launching like the mid-range, which the 7800 XT and 7700 XT, they took a lot of time there to launch between these two, and the market got let's say saturated by Nvidia GPUs. So the choices there, people were or still buying older AMD, the 6000 series, or they were buying basically Nvidia regarding like the newer series there, because there was no alternative, or not a lot of alternative regarding new GPUs, and the fact that they didn't launch the 7900 XT price properly. That should have been at least less $200, because the XTX launched at $1000 MSRP and the 7900 XT launched at $900. They should have launched like 750, 800, give or take, so you can give a little good price gap, and for consumers to make a better decision. And I think it was more in line with the difference between performance between those GPUs. I think around at least $200 of difference should have been better at the launch. But yeah, but then they took a lot of time. They launched the 7600, not at a good price, because in terms of performance comparatively, what they had in previous generation, might as well bought at the same price older GPUs to maintain the same kind of performance, let's say. And then they took a lot of time to launch the 77 and 7800 XTs. That's why they didn't have a good quarters there on the gaming. Now it seems to be a little bit better, because they've been lowering a little bit. They've been shaving the prices here and there, like $10, $20, $30 here and there, depending on the model. So they are trying to find the best price, the sweet spot there. But they are selling plenty of GPUs there, which is good, because they are not bad. People think, I don't know what people think. The software is excellent. You can do everything from one app. Only now Nvidia is starting to catch up. I didn't see any more news there. They're just launching one app. I don't know how that is at there at the moment. I don't know if they already combine everything into one app on Nvidia. I don't know how that. Now that I'm talking, now I remember that I covered that at least a month ago, maybe. But yeah, AMD GPUs are pretty competitive and decent. Again, I got the 7900 XTX. I don't have any like big issues. What happens sometimes, it's more when it's like in full load. Usually happens when I'm streaming, Usually, again, when I stream, on YouTube and Rumble at the same time. Everything through OBS that is and the GPU is doing the encoding. So and different encoding. So it's using H.265 to YouTube, then H.264 to Rumble because Rumble doesn't have 265. Then I'm playing the game itself 4K 60. Usually, what I've been playing is Elden Ring. Then I'm also recording and taking advantage of the hardware encoding on the GPU to record the game itself, which by itself is 4K 60, the recording settings, plus the fact that I'm having two monitors, which usually doesn't get a lot of workload there from having two monitors. But again, we got OBS, we got the recording program, we got the game, you got I got to get my browser open so I can monitor everything. So it's a lot of stuff, and it only happened like two times, because the other times that the stream crashes internet issues that doesn't have nothing to do with the computer itself, so it can handle a lot of stuff, and I can play 4K 60 at least on Elden Ring because it doesn't go up above 60. But yeah, the GPUs are pretty good. They have decent amount of VRAM. They again, ray tracing is still a lot of demanding on the GPU side of things. Even when NVIDIA, usually people when they turn on ray tracing, they have to put up DLSS stuff, which then takes out the purpose of playing the game at a certain resolution, because you're lowering the resolution, then upscaling the resolution to the desired resolution. It's a mess. That's why I prefer rasterization. Again, for me, in a lot of the games that I play, and I think in most of games that people are playing at this moment in time, you will not notice too much in terms like shadow quality and the ray tracing stuff. Usually you will not notice that much unless you are very looking at it. You might notice, but usually you don't notice. I do my internal testing, let's say, trying to switch around with some settings to when I play games, but I usually don't see a lot of difference, at least visually, for me. So ray tracing for me doesn't do a lot, mainly because I'm focused on the game. I'm not focused on watching if the ray tracing is working. Again, and even the games that I play, they are slow moving games like Elden Ring, this kind of games, this kind of pace that I play. I don't play static games. I think no, I don't play static games. If the ones that I might play is more Mutant Year Zero, XCOM usually, but those are at the moment in time they don't use ray tracing. And I don't play shooters and everything. And even if you play shooters, I don't think it's something that you want to activate, because you want less lag and more frames for you to play this kind of game. So at this moment in time, I don't see like it's a lot of marketing there. So I think rasterized gaming, I think it's more than enough in terms of quality. You just push up. You can push a little bit the shadow stuff, some global illumination here and there, and I think it's more than enough. But yeah, this is basically the general broad strokes from these earning calls, and got a little bit more teasing or kind of rumor information regarding RDNA. Again, the information that we've been reaching is no flagships, even though people are trying to excuse here they skip they are skipping the flagship high-end model in favor of more affordable and mainstream options that will sit between the 4070 and the 7800 XT price range. This is not bad, the price range here, but it's they didn't skip the high-end just to make cheaper GPUs for you. Don't get mistaken. Again, when this information started to appear, it was very definitive that if this happens, not launching a flagship GPU is because they had encountered an issue on R&D, and I think it has to do with the chiplet stuff there on the high end, or pushing to the limits, and they didn't manage to overcome those issues, and they scrapped the R&D on the RDNA 4 and went through to the next generation RDNA 5 to resolve those issues. So they took what they got from RDNA 4 in terms of the issues that they encounter, and they're starting already the next cycle of R&D for the RDNA 5, so they can launch then the flagship on RDNA 5 and skip altogether. Or else they will start delaying the launches of the GPUs, and that will start screwing up with the launches of their own products. And again, like I said, AMD is not that huge of a company that can afford to delay or spend more resources to over R&D in terms of resources for that particular issue. So they just skip forward. They passed all those issues and all those troubleshootings there, and they just keep it to RDNA 5 so they can work already on the next gen. So that's why this happened. It's not to make you cheaper GPUs. Don't buy on that thing there, because at the end they are a company. But yeah, I think this one of the things of RDNA 4, they were trying to focus more instead of just having price to performance and uplift in terms of performance from generation to generation. I think their main focus were about to try out and improve ray tracing compute units. Again, we might see, even though in terms of rasterizing, we might see, from what I understand, the 8800 XT should be around between 7900 XT and 7800 XT kind of performance there in terms of rasterization. I think the ray tracing was the main focus for this generation. So because RDNA 3, so the 7000 series, was the ray tracing was like a small upgrade from RDNA to ray tracing compute units. Again, I don't know the technology, but it was kind of an update on that thing. And I think RDNA 4 is going to be, they designed from scratch the compute units and how they deal with ray tracing. And I think they are going to they headed up more compute units for that. And I think basically it's what it said here, and the main theme of this article is that it's they hope they can be more competitive for the 50 series, but at least being a huge improvement regarding so they don't get themselves behind like one generation in terms of ray tracing performance. I think they are going to do a huge jump here probably, but not enough to be at the same level of RTX 50 series, but probably in the roundabout area there. So it's going to be between the 40 series ray tracing and the RTX between the RTX 40 series and the 50 series, going to be a little bit between those levels, but I think it's going to be even more competitive than they have been done, because even though the 7900 XTX in terms of ray tracing workloads in some instances can be at the same quality level than a 48, so depending on the case. But yeah, regarding gaming news, we got Alan Wake 2. I covered this. They didn't in the I don't know when this was covered. They didn't recoup yet the development and marketing expenses. However, Tencent raised the stakes in Remedy to 40%. So they had like 5 or 6 or something like that, and they raised to 14. Yeah, from 5 to 14. So they bought 9% more of the company there. The fact that the Epic was basically the guys that basically funded the development of this game. I don't think we're going to see, at least this soon. I don't know why this soon the release to other PC platforms, specifically Steam. At least from the Remedy part, they cannot commit to any kind of speculation or confirm or deny it, because it's basically not out to them, because they are not the publishers. The publishers at this moment is Epic Games, and I don't know if they are willing to take a hit to keep a game like Alan Wake 2 here, which had a huge budget. It was the most expensive game that Remedy has ever made in terms of budget, production budget. But yeah, still didn't recover from that, and plus the marketing stuff there. Usually, marketing is a little bit higher than it was before, but yeah. But yeah, we will have to wait. I hope it comes to Steam again. Even though, yeah, this one is a little bit. I understand where Sweet Baby had his greasy paws there, to a certain extent. Yeah, but my main concern was always from the beginning the fact that the FBI agent, I don't know her name. I always forget. I'm bad with names. Why do they, in terms of story-wise, how it serves? Because again, I'm not been watching videos because I want to stay spoiler-free. What I don't understand is, or never understood, is why the FBI agent, the lady there, has the same kind of importance as Alan Wake 2, because you can make the excuses. Oh, it's because the character serves as an introductory part, so he follows the player for new players, as the introduction of Alan Wake universe there. It's kind of a lame excuse, and the fact that she shares, given that the game it calls itself Alan Wake 2, doesn't make a lot of sense that they share 50-50 in terms of like screen time, let's say. So they are basically co-protagonists. Again, I don't know what the hell was there to begin with, the idea there. I understand that in terms of co-protagonists, I don't know, that she has a part on the story itself. But yeah, it's very weird. But again, I never watched any videos. I just watched the review stuff from Alan Wake 2, and then we got the information that Sweet Baby was involved in consulting with this game. I kind of understand at least by glancing why they are involved, just by the fact that the FBI agent supposedly, I don't know what kind of story beats they altered there, or what kind of inclusion stuff that they try to input there. I don't know. But the fact that it's called Alan Wake 2 and he has to divide 50-50 with the other FBI agent, I don't understand very well. But yeah, if they want money, they have to come to Steam, or else they are screwed. Then we got Fallout. There have been a lot of Fallout conversations since the series come up, and again, I assume Tom Howard is a very demanded person to do interviews. He went to Kind of Funny Gamecasts. Again, Kind of Funny was not that bad when they started, because there was the crew of IGN that went through. But after Colin Moriarty, because Colin Moriarty was the odd one out, was like kind of served as an anchor to the other three. When he basically went out after 1 year or something like that, I stopped watching Kind of Funny, because I like Colin Moriarty approach to things, but it's more about having somebody to anchor the other persons than to just have everybody have basically the same opinion, and then you don't have like at least the odd one out to have like a different approach to things, so to challenge perspectives between each others. But yeah, after Colin Moriarty went out, I just stopped basically following them up. Then they become basically IGN version 2.0 basically. So yeah, they do. I don't like that much the content they are making at the moment. But yeah, the Todd Howard went there. A lot of comments regarding the Fallout New Vegas integration on the lore thingy, the Amazon thing, and plus the fact that they just going to add content to Fallout 76, badabadi badabada, but the code basically it's kind of funny, again, kind of funny. But the main thing is, this is Todd Howard, but the main thing is how we deliver this at a high quality level. That's always the most important. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not the most important thing there. You just have the butchery, the screw up of Starfield. Fallout 76 was a shit show when it launched. Fallout 4 was kind of serviceable, but buggy as shit, and it's still not. It's only good when you start modding it. Yeah, I don't know where the quality is there. I think it must be. I don't know. Not even the quality of the collector's levels there, because Fallout 4, the bag there that they have, the flannel bag was a plastic bag, and then they have to redo everything there. Or Fallout 76, I don't know which game it was when they do the collector's edition, was a shit show also. But yeah, don't try to tell people or try to blindside people that the quality level is the most important thing there. It's not. Starfield, for what I understand, is not. It's not good even now with all the shitty updates they're trying to do. They didn't improve basically nothing. In the overall scheme of things, they're going to launch Shutter Space DLC or whatever it is. Again, probably will never play that game. Mainly because it's not the experience I'm looking for, having loading screens all over the place for a space exploration game. No, it's not for me. I understand you have loading screens when you fast travel, but to go everywhere in the game, you have to fast travel. So, no thank you. There is no seamless exploration. It's not the experience I'm looking for. Might as well buy No Man's Sky and have that kind of more immersive experience with that kind of space exploration game. But yeah, there was some talking about. Mainly this interview is because I think Microsoft now is pushing for more Fallout games, because the way that the timing that Bethesda has of outputting games, it's too long. Fallout 4, like the mainline single player series, was, I don't know when, 2015, 16, something like that. It's been a while. And then 2 years after, we got the shit show of Fallout 76, which is basically a multiplayer game. They need to start cranking up games more regularly. Not every 10 years you got an entry on a franchise, and between you got 2 or 3 franchises to play with. You need to launch at least interchangeably, at least a game every 2 years. So let's say they launched this year Fallout 5 in at least minimum 2 years. You have to launch another game. It can be a different IP that you have. Let's say Starfield 2. Then 2 years after, you just need to do the Elder Scrolls stuff. So it can pair between 5 to 6 years between between entries of your own IPs, or else it's like 15 years between each episode of their IP, which doesn't work that well. But yeah, again, but Microsoft now is pushing even to deliver to other studios or inside studios. Again, Obsidian is one of those, because they made Fallout New Vegas, even though I suppose probably the main heads there are the same from the time of Fallout New Vegas, but the team itself might not be the same. But yeah, Microsoft has a lot of studios now. Some of them might not be doing a lot of great stuff, or they are kind of more idle than others. You might start try to to do some experience here and there before it is too late for you to recover from this thing here. Again, I don't know why you want to do a Fallout 3 remaster. Again, I'm a little bit tired of remasters all over the place. I don't think Fallout 3 needs a remaster there. Yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, then they have Elder Scrolls 6. It's been announced, I don't know how many long years they are working on it. They are working on it. I don't know what they're doing there. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Because the popularity increased, that's for sure. A lot of Fallout 76 players, like 1 million or something like that, at the same time. It made some good numbers. Take that and start working. I hope they already started working at least a few months ago on on continuing the hype here with good products, at least with good products. Doesn't have to be like 10 out of 10s, but good products. 8.5 out of 10. They are pretty good. And take the base of the previous Fallout games, take a little bit of that formula, or at least that thing there, and starting and or you need to scratch that creation engine, or you need to revolutionize that creation engine to make things more immersive, especially on the side of not having that many load screens there. Fallout 4 was not even Fallout 4. Fallout 4 had a lot of loading screens, entering smaller buildings. Still, you have to the goddamn loading screens. Starfield improved a little bit, from what I understand. I think when you enter a planet, I think everything in the planet. No, they still have loading screen when you enter, for example, in a bunker or something like that. You have the goddamn loading screens, if not mistaken. So not even that. You need to have a better engine for that, or else you're going to start losing players all over the place throughout time. It's not good. And I'm going to finish up with gaming news. With there's going to be Xbox Games Showcase 2024 in June 9th. I will keep my eyes on it, because even though in Xbox usually it is PC stuff there, they are launching everything at the same time. So it's one of the ways that one of the reasons that I still watch this Xbox Games Showcase. We'll see how it goes. This is going to be the first one since the acquisition of Activision Blizzard and Bethesda and all of that stuff. We'll see how it goes, what kind of things they have prepared for us. Hopefully a lot of them are good, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just going to wrap up here with some gaming news. Gaming deal, sorry. Got Steel Pacific Drive 20% off. We got Classified Friends 44, again kind of XCOM game here. We still have jusant 30% off. We got Neon, the two games, the complete edition, so Neon 1 77 and Neon 2 complete edition 40% off. We got Lords of the Fallen, it's still 50% off on all versions basically. We got Forza Motorsport 5. I think it's a better racing game, even better than the Forza Motorsport here. This is Forza Horizon 5, I think that's what I said. Not sure. No. But yeah, all editions seems to be having 50% off. Again, it got a lot of bundles here. I'm not sure how it fits there, but at least, I don't know, we just start off with the premium edition. It's like the price of a full game, or $50, and then you can I don't know if there is like even more add-ons. I think this is it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the bundles work with the Forza Horizon here, but yeah, I think it's the better racing game here, at least for not simulated related in terms of racing games. So yeah, it seems still looks pretty good. We got the Nier Replicant and Nier Automata 60% off on both of them. And on GOG, we got now Deus Ex Humankind Divided, or Mankind Divided, sorry, Digital Deluxe Edition, 85% off, excellent price. We got Limbo, 75% off. We got Inside, 75% off, and Jagged Alliance Free, 50% off. I think now it was before 45, now it's 50, if not mistaken. At least that's my recollection of things. But yeah, I think this is it for today. Again, I will just plug on my Patreon here for extra support. The extra support is focused more for me to arrange a storage solution for me to be able to get backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, guys, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.